Hi everyone, this is Jessica DeMaria and this is part 3 of my documentary. I just have to say thank you so much for all of your support who are watching this and taking the time to watch this. I know the last few times that I posted part 1 and part 2, they were pretty long. I wish this could be a lot shorter, but there's a lot to talk about. But I just have to get it out there that I am not doing this to, like I said, to point fingers at anyone. I'm not here to talk about people and say their names and put them out there. But unfortunately, those of you that watch this, that know who I am, know my history, and know who I'm talking about. And it's my constitutional right to freedom of speech, to free expression, and I am not violating anyone in any way by talking about what is going on and what has gone on in my past. And this may have to do with my son, but this has to do with me being his mom and being alienated by my ex. And I'm sorry if the truth is killing certain people that I'm talking about this, but it has finally come to an end where there is nothing left for me to do. I have exhausted all means. I have went to court. I have gone to court for the last 13 years, at least 3 times, maybe twice a year, over trying to enforce my visitation rights, and they were violated over and over and over again. Yet there was no real cause, and nobody had to prove me to be unfit. It was just like I just had my rights violated. And like I said in the first part of my documentary, I talked to you about the fact that I didn't know what parental alienation was until just a few years ago. And I have, since I found out, brought it up to the courts that I have been alienated. And maybe one judge might have acknowledged that, but you see so many judges through the court process. You never really see one. And if you don't have a lawyer, it's like your words mean nothing. You're just a number in the courts. And I feel like it's sad because like I said before, I know I'm not alone in this. And, I might have lost custody of my son, but I don't deserve to be treated as if I am an unfit mother, especially when you have not proven me to be an unfit mother. I do not deserve to be treated as if I am a piece of garbage that is just tossed to the side. I don't deserve that. And I may not have a lawyer, and I may not be as well educated as a lawyer and gone to school over 8 years and had 8 years of schooling. But I will tell you this, through the last 13 years, I have gained so much knowledge going back to court and watching and listening to other cases in court and just listening to the judges tell me that I, as a mother, need to have supervised visitation rights with my son, that I could not see him without being supervised, which was ridiculous. It was the most ridiculous thing. It was like my ex says, yeah, our son doesn't like her. He doesn't love her anymore. He is afraid of her. That's all he had to say. And it was like the minute the lawyer stood up, I don't know. I don't know what the issue is with the courts. I know lawyers know, judges, and judges were lawyers at once and at one point in time. And I don't know what it is, but I do know this. I have the right to be treated as an equal, as pro se. And I refuse to get a lawyer again, because I did get a lawyer at one point and it was a waste of my time. I got absolutely nowhere. Everything that lawyer did, I could have done myself. And that was money down the drain, money that could have been spent on my kids. It was a waste. And I feel like I don't need to do that. And I think that, the courts need to be more educated on parental alienation and they don't realize that the courts are supposed to be there to protect our rights, to protect the child's rights, to protect the child. But it's as though the court system is making it worse. They are not seeing what is going on. They do not know. They need to be more educated in this issue because it's tearing families apart. And I know that I'm not the only one that feels this way. And the more and more people that are coming to me because I'm coming out about this are expressing this to me, that to no avail, there is no justice. There's no justice at all. And I don't get it. I don't get it. I find it very troubling that, I'm just at my last resort now, where my son's going to be 18 soon, and he just totally hates me. I mean, I'm blocked off Facebook. I am treated like I am scum of the earth, even by my son, because that's what my ex has instilled in him. Yet, this is a part of parental alienation. He will say, my ex would say, I have tried to get him to call you. I have tried to get him to see you. He just will not listen. He will not, I almost feel as if he does not want to put any blame on himself. It's like he's blaming our son, and that's why this is happening. But the reality of it is not my son's fault. This situation that has happened is not our son's fault. He is the custodial parent. It is absolutely 100% his fault. But yet he pushes it on our son and says, it's him. I've tried everything. I mean, but yet, what's funny? I'm just going to say this too. This is another proof about parental alienation, is that he will say he's tried. He wants him to have a relationship with me. He's never tried to interfere. He's done everything he possibly could. And what's he going to do? Drag him in the car and make him come see me? I mean, he's been saying that for many, many years now. I mean, come on, it's getting ridiculous. But then when he says that, then like a month later, he's filing for full custody and to have all my rights terminated. But that's a parent who encourages our son to have a relationship with me. That is a parent who says he tries to get him to have a relationship with me. But unfortunately, if you try and you want him to have a relationship with me, why are you trying to take my rights away from me? Why are you trying to take full custody and totally take everything away from me? The court papers prove it. The court papers clearly say that this is what he's asking for full custody, for all of my rights to be terminated. That's a parent who really wants me to have a relationship with our son, right? So, yeah, that blows my mind. And the courts can't see that? You know what the problem is? The courts see millions and millions of cases every day about the same situation. And we're just we're just like mean nothing. We mean nothing to these judges because, I mean, I've pleaded with these judges. I have tried to give them facts that they needed, everything. They just would not listen. They would not listen. And I have actually gone back to the courts and gotten transcripts, listened to the court dates over, the court hearings over and over and over and over again. And I just don't get it. And he just keeps getting away with it. He keeps getting everything he wants. He keeps getting away with everything. And meanwhile, the relationship with my son totally dwindles away to nothing. Now, I have nothing. My ex has gotten exactly what he wanted. He wanted me out of his life. He wanted me out of the picture. Well, he wanted my rights terminated. He wanted all that, yet the courts would not allow that to happen. The courts would not grant him for my rights to be terminated. The courts would not take him away from me. But yet somehow he got exactly what he wanted. He got our son to totally be alienated away from me, to not want anything to do with me, to totally cut all ties with me, to totally just tell me he does not need me. He has a mother, that I am nothing to him. And it's really sad. It's really, really sad. And yet the courts sit there and they do absolutely nothing. They do nothing. And so now this is all I have left, is to do these documentaries right now. And my fear, do you want to know what one of my fears are? My fear is, I know it's crazy to even say this. I know it's crazy to think this, but I fear that, we never know what tomorrow's going to bring. We never know what tomorrow has, in store for us. We don't know. And every day is so special and every day is so important. And when you have children and you have a family and you just embrace that every single day. And, when I look at my daughter and my other son, who my husband and I have together, I am so grateful for them because they are my strength. And every day I'm grateful to wake up and take a breath and see them. And my biggest fear is that one day I will not be here. And I have a broken heart right now. And I have had a broken heart for a very, very long time. I don't talk about it. I try not to say anything. Over the course of 13 years, I was angry. I was upset. I didn't know how to deal with these things. I was emotional, frustrated. I just didn't know where to turn. And I'm heartbroken. And I fear that even though I have 2 beautiful other children with my husband, and I have a beautiful marriage and just everything I could possibly want in this life right now, I'm very happy. And I'm not angry anymore. And I'm just heartbroken. And I fear that I will die of a broken heart one day because I haven't mended that relationship and that bond with my other son. And it hurts. And you can't possibly understand, like I said, unless you've lost a child, how much it hurts. And I love him so much. And I hope that he knows one day how much I love him. And if something does happen to me, God forbid, I'm not saying that something will. I'm very healthy and happy, but we just don't know. I've seen people just come and go like that. And at least these documentaries, he'll have this. And he won't have to wonder. And he won't have to, I wouldn't want him to, be left with no answers.